Fußball hat auch immer eine gesellschaftliche Dimension. Deshalb blicken Fußballfilme oft über den Spielfeldrand hinaus. In Istanbul United etwa geht es um die bis aufs Blut verfeindeten Fans der drei großen Istanbuler Clubs, Galatasaray, Fenerbahc und Besiktas, die 2013 gemeinsam gegen die Politik der türkischen Regierung auf die Straße gingen. Okay, so I'm here with Kerem, one of the protagonists from Istanbul United, and with Olli, one of the directors of Istanbul United. And first of all, how did you came up with the idea? What was the story behind it? What was the intention?
Honestly, I've seen a picture. I've followed the protest in Istanbul, and we wanted to tell a story. We wanted to go there, but we wanted to do something. Yeah, we wanted to tell a real story. And then I've seen that picture where a Galatasaray fan, a Fenerbahc fan, and a Besiktas fan are kind of like all three jerseys standing next to each other. And I was thinking to myself, what needs to happen in my world that it happens for me as a Cologne fan with Düsseldorf and Mönchengladbach. And there was nothing I could think about to unite. And so we decided to go there and start making this movie.
Did it also play a role that you, like you said it, like you yourself a football fan, and that you know how people can be passionate about football, and you understand the obsession that people have with football?
I think it was part of it, that these guys realized that I'm not a Bayern Munich fan. You know, yeah, I think that was really important, that I'm not kind of a success fan coming like a plastic fan sitting on chairs and like, you know, drinking Prosecco during the game, so that I'm part of the stands and that I know what is rivalry and what is it about and what is the scene about. I think that made it easier.
For you as an ultra, what does it mean to be an ultra? Or I know it's a tough question to answer in a short sentence.
Well, my team is playing here tonight, and so it's about devotion, and it's about, for me personally, it's as simple as standing by your brothers and like supporting your team until you cannot you cannot breathe anymore. You love your team or you don't love your team. Like, okay, we are also, you want to show your values in life. Like inside the stadium there is a political side of it, and I'm more rebel, but this not because I'm a fan, but because I'm a rebel I became a fan. So for me it's about devotion, I guess.
Yeah, and you said it pretty good in the movie. You said if Galatasaray is the body, then we are the fist. So that's what he said, and I think this is kind of like, and not the punching fist, but the fist, the kind of like the symbol of power also. You know, it's not about violence in that term.
Me joining the protest actually, sadly, for most maybe, had nothing to do about my fandom. Yeah, I live in the neighborhood. I carry these values, so I was there the second night when the peaceful protesters in the park camping was kicked out very violently by the police. I was like, okay, this is it. I'm going out. And then I realized all the friends that I have, that I go to the games with, most of them were coming out too. So we are like, okay. And we always, for a similar situation, all our experience was from the stadiums when we have to clash the police, because we knew that when we go out there, the police was already violent and they were going to clash with us. So all my this kind of experiences has never been political riots. I've always clashed police in the stadium. So I felt safer and normal with my football buddies. But we weren't organized to go out, to go as a firm and representing Galo or something. And this was the case for most of the other fans too, I think, other than Besiktas, because Çarşı has always been more active in such, and they wanted to act like an NGO.
It happened all out there on the streets. It wasn't like they were sitting together and saying like, oh, and now we're building this football union, and then we go out and then we protest together and showing our strength. That it's not the thing, you know. It's kind of like You need to imagine, you're out there on the street, there's tons of tear gas, there's rubber bullets, and you kind of like completely tear gassed, you cannot breathe anymore, and somebody's giving you a scarf to protect your face. In that moment, you don't mind which scarf it is. You need to trust each other. And especially football fans, in that case, never mind if it's Beşiktaş, Fenerbahc or Galatasaray, they know they can trust each other because they know how to handle situations with tear gas and police. So that means, you know, your enemy gets your brother in that moment because you have another enemy.
That specific time during the protests, we all experience ourselves in the best forms that we have ever thought of. I was more polite than I've ever been. I was more hardworking. I was more honest. I was more helping and caring and giving. So, if during this protest, if we were still fighting each other, I think that would be the story. Yeah, that would be the weird story, the shocking story, not the united version of it. It's not like I learned this in Gezi, but I learned in Gezi that it was in me, and I have to do something about it. So, of course, it maybe some can suggest that it wasn't a revolution because the government wasn't overthrown, but maybe this will take some time. But now people are changed, and that is what values at the end, because these minds are changed, and they will never be the same again from this experience. And sooner or later, this will change the way we are. That was a good hope for the future, for the youth and the future of our country, I guess.